On today's show, we're going to be talking about the 7800 is ripe to be exploited. All coming up right now. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Dadisajoke Retro Rockin' Gamer episode 72 of the Weekend Report. And quite honestly, been a slow news cycle this past week, but some really cool information came out. Was that firmware 2.0.1.3 is available for the Atari 2600 and the 7800. So another update. Let me see. Let me see if I remember what the fixes were. And I'll let everybody know here for a quick second. And okay, here we go. So this was released on March 6th. So here's the fixes that have gone into it. So video pinball fixed flippers not working correctly for the Atari 2600. Let me bring this up so I don't keep on looking down and stupid. Demon Attack PAL variant, Force PAL mode. 7800 Bentley Bear Crystal Quest single button controller option or single button controller support, because 7800 does support two fire buttons, so now they made it for a single button. Let's see here. Bounty Bob Strikes Back PAL level 12 fix. Night Guy timer fix, no time skipped. For the dumper, game-specific fixes for the 2600 is Medieval Mayhem. The 7800, the 16K and 32K fixed incorrect dump size. Game-specific fixes, Double Dragon variant. Update or download. Okay, that's it. That's it, folks. It's funny because I actually got the homebrew version of Star Castle for the 2600, which is an awesome game. And I tried it on the last firmware update, and it didn't work at all. And I'm hoping something with these fixes fixed that. If not, this needs to be looked at and hopefully corrected, because Star Castle, if you haven't gotten it, Atari Age had, I don't know if it's still in production or not, but it's amazing. It's really, really well done, and I really recommend it. Okay. And you know, quite honestly, folks, that is it. That's it. That's all for the standout news. But I do want to talk about something. I gotta get more coffee here. With the 2600 Plus that plays 7800 games and 2600 games, also the 7800 Plus that does the exact same thing. So we got two systems out there that are doing the exact same thing. Okay. The Atari 7800, when it came out back in the 80s, was the most, I don't want to say pathetic, I don't want to say bad, but too little, too late. Okay. The amount of games that are available back then for the games when the system finally died was just a handful, really, or a little bit more than a handful. Barely any third-party support. A rehash of quite a few Atari games, even though there were nice improvements like Asteroids. But right now, with the popularity of these devices and having, and the 2600 Plus was, I mean, if in the 70s, you look at the games in the 70s and then you look at the games that were created in the 80s, was a quantum leap in graphics, gameplay, sound, you name it, right? Because the developers back then were able to exploit the system and take it to the edge and give us the best games possible. Now for the 7800, it's that time for the 7800. The 2600 had its time. Now it's time for the 7800. And the reason being is that it's a market that's totally untapped. The graphics capability of the 7800, the more memory for the 7800, just gives it an opportunity for young developers out there to start creating games for the systems. I mean, if you really want to show your game development, your art style, because realistically, I mean, you can, one or two people back in those days were creating these games, maybe three. I mean, a single solo indie developer can sit down and within 3-4 months smash out an Atari 7800 game. Why not? Unfortunately, what happened in the last few weeks, I guess, there was huge layoffs or closings of game studios and what have you. A lot of people out of work, unfortunately, but the opportunity's there. You know, pick up, check out Atari Age. Check out all the. I mean, Atari Age is resource rich when it comes to Atari software and to Atari hardware, and start creating games for it. Why not? I mean, the return on investment is actually pretty good, I guess. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm kind of talking out of my ass at this point, but we need people more interested into the system and creating games for it. And I think that's an exciting part of it, because the 7800 was supposed to compete more or less against the NES, and the NES and it got, exploited over time, and better stuff came out for it. But that's the thing that needs to do, because the 7800 was left behind in the dust. So if we can do that and bring it up to that point, I think that would be a very exciting time. I'm very dehydrated today. Anyway, so that's the thing. We have to make sure that we get the word out there that the 7800 is a system that's just perfect to bringing out new games for, and new exciting games for it, and like a younger take on it, I guess. Instead of us old farts who love Atari since day one, let's get some of the younger guys interested. Maybe, they might want to do it. And especially if you're on Twitter, Blue Sky, whatever social media platform you like to hang out with, and you see a cool game or some indie developer showing off some screenshots or whatever, and if you look at their game and you can say, hey, you know what? With a little bit of tweaking and, I guess, downgrading graphics or whatever, this could be a great game for the Atari 7800. Am I making sense, everybody? Does that make sense to you? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear what everybody has to say about that. This is just me, but I wonder if other people are thinking what I'm thinking. Let's see what happens. I mean, I think it'll be very, very cool. Other than that, I don't really have that much else to talk about. Like I said, it's been a really slow news week, and well, what are you going to do, right? It's not like big blockbuster stuff that's going to be announced every time, but we do our best. So let me know about the 7800 thing, and also, last but not least, folks, I'm running out of ideas. I'm totally running out of ideas on what, besides the weekend report, which is guaranteed to come every Sunday, hopefully, as long as I stay healthy. Just let me know what type of videos you want to see me make. Do you want to see more Atari 2600 gameplay? Do you want to see, like, the last couple of videos that I made with me sitting in front of the TV and playing? Other stuff, just let me know. Like I said, a writer's block at this point in time, or YouTuber's block. So let me know, and we'll go from there. Anyways, folks, that's it. I have nothing else to talk about. Take care. and we'll see you next week. Bye now.